Hey, everybody. That's right. If you've noticed my Grand Canyon sweatshirt, you've guessed we're back in San Francisco in the end of June and through July. Welcome back to another Beer with a Queer. Wah, wah, wah. The last day of Pride Month. We have two of the cutest beers possible from Humble Sea Brewing Company. We're at Pier 39, and I picked them purely based on name. The first one is, I've already forgot the names of them. The first one is something good, sea good, good sea. Something, it's a German lager. I looked that up. Oh man, I literally 7 minutes ago I had this. The other one, because it is World Cup happening, is Goldfish, and that is a West Coast Pale Ale. So they're tiny, because Matt said, I don't want to drink a lot, so I got tiny ones. And then when I brought them out, he was like, what the fuck is that? So anyway, let's give them both a sip and somehow save him some. I think it's sea good. I think so. It's pretty tasty. A little dry on the end. Little, not real hoppy. Real light though. I like that. Now, let's try the Goldfish beer. A lot more hops than that. A lot more hops, a little bit sweeter, real hoppy. I don't think I like West Coast Pale Ales. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to drink that thimble over this one. So, Beer with a Queer. What are we talking about? First of all, we are just over 5 weeks away from Beer with a Queer Live being at Edinburgh Fringe. And how exciting is that? Very exciting. Well, that's a hate crime happening behind us. And then, I don't know if you guys can hear that because I am using a microphone. You're welcome, people that complain about this. Chevy. Also, it's the last day of Pride Month. So, San Francisco is going to be less gay tomorrow. Matt tells me that's not true. But a couple things I want to point out about fun things that happened during Pride Month that we can be happy about. All right, here's some positive news, right? I think I'll keep drinking the bad beer so Matt gets the good beer. It's not bad, it's just not good. But it's like a good, not bad. It's a good, bad is good. I don't know. All right, first, in China, they're going to start possibly they're making arguments to recognize non-binary people in China, which is massive. I'm going global news. That's right. I did a little bit of research. I couldn't remember what beer I bought 7 seconds ago, but I'm going to remember the stuff I read and tell you about. So let's see how that works out. So that's a good thing. There's a town there's San Antonio in Texas. A city council just approved a Trans Plus Awareness and History Week. What? In Texas? So that's positive. That stuff can happen in such deep red states. What else? Corporate pulled out of almost all the prides because, they're little bitches. But what happened? Grassroots stepped back up. How Pride started with neighborhood stepping back up. And we saw record numbers at Pride this year. St. Pete Pride, 350,000 people at it.
What do you think about that?
I helped organize St. Pete Pride starting year 2 on, and we started very grassroots and we started selling out to corporate, and I love corporate being out of it, my personal opinion. I think we needed the kick in the butt. I think you saw less corporate grand marshals everywhere. You saw less famous for being famous sake grand marshals everywhere. In fact, LA didn't have a they ended up turning and getting one because of their Kathy Hilton debacle. New York Pride looked to local celebrities, including Bowen Yang, as grand marshals. And yes, he's still a celebrity, but he's a New York celebrity. So I found less people. I mean, St. Pete Pride went to local people for their. I love Pride going back to celebrate the community and relying on allies in the community to make it happen. I think that's important. Corporate sponsorship is something they can check off. I don't know why my seat is wet. my basement flooded or something. Um, and that's a thing they can check off. And I think representation matters. So the more representation we get, even if it's for a month at Target, that's still nice. But I don't think that's not the core of the community. So my feeling on it is positive. Everybody that said, oh no, corporate sponsors backed out. Okay, pare down Pride. You know, maybe it's not as big. But we were just at San Francisco Pride. Over the 2 days of San Francisco Pride, they had 1 million people come out to it. And we noticed that all of the stages, they had multiple stages on Sunday. They even had Indigiqueer, a Two-Spirit stage. They're becoming more inclusive, which is great. It's San Francisco, only shocking news. But we didn't see a single national headliner on any of those stages. And still, 1 million people showed up to celebrate. Start celebrating your own community and your local heroes. I think that's what's important. Also, a couple more good things happened, if I can remember them correctly. Pride stepped up. There's a couple good things happening in Nepal. Is getting closer to, I think they just made it so sexual orientation is a protected class under work rights, so that's huge. And there's a couple other places in Asia that are stepping up. And one of my favorite things, and I'll end on this, is the World Cup's happening right now. And by pure circumstance or just by God's will on this, and because I think God's pro us and has a great sense of humor, Seattle put their Pride Day for the soccer game on June 26th without knowing the draw that would be at that stadium. Well, Seattle Pride Day for the FIFA game happened to be Iran versus Egypt, which had a sea of rainbow flags as two countries where homosexuality is illegal to be competed against each other. And every time they looked up, they had to see what it was like being in an inclusive city. And yes, did Iran appeal to FIFA to ban pride flags at all of their games? Yes. I don't know if FIFA agreed to that. If they did, they can go fuck themselves. But see, I don't know if you can hear that or not. I'm trying to hope the microphone's better than that. But that guy hates gay people. But regardless, the community shows up. The community shows up for the cities that show up. And that's what I absolutely love about our community. So I hope you had a good Pride Month. I think we had a good Pride Month. We've started our journey. We did New York, we did LA, and now we're in San Francisco for 4 more weeks. So look out for more Beer with the Queers. Get excited about Edinburgh. That's the latest episode.